From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kayla Cockrell with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's Monday, January 23rd, 2023.
For the Detroit Free Press Autos team, I'm Jamie LaRue. In 2 weeks, GM's 35,000 salaried workers in the state will be asked to return to the office for a minimum of 3 days a week. While some workers object to it, local government leaders and business owners hail the move. Civic leaders and business owners believe the extra foot traffic from GM's workforce in the cities that surround GM's facilities will stimulate the economy, maybe even make way for more development. That's why many are watching to see how GM's mandate works. Some say 2023 will be a tipping point in the office use equation. That's because it could help determine whether the in-office workforce will underpin local economies the way it did pre-COVID, or if it flops and workers stay away, that may mean cities will need to repurpose vacant office buildings before they turn into ghost towns.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. Ford Motor Company has a big marketing department that talks about all its new products, including the Ford F-150 Lightning all-electric pickup truck. But one thing the company does not tout is the various uses for young parents. Instead, Ford talks about Ford Tough and workers using this vehicle to power tools on work sites, or even after a storm, you can plug in your home and all the devices and power it because essentially the truck is a generator with all its power outlets. But young parents are now seeing a way to use this for their little babies.
This is Brian Manzullo, craft beer writer for the Detroit Free Press. Believe it or not, I'm doing dry January this year, and after 20 days, it's still going strong. One big reason for that is there's been a wave of non-alcoholic craft beers hitting store shelves this past year, including several made locally. It's part of a nationwide trend as Generation Z drinks less alcohol and more people make conscious decisions around their health. And believe it or not, some of these NA beers taste pretty good. For example, Eastern Market Brewing Company's Tangerine Sour and Grapefruit Goza both have such strong fruity flavor and body to them, you can hardly tell they're non-alcoholic. The NAIPA and Feel Better Blonde from Fuel Beverages are also pretty good, from the same brewer who owned Atwater Brewery in Detroit for more than a decade.
I'm Andrew Hammond for the Free Press Sports Department. Michigan and Michigan State hit the court on Sunday afternoon with different results. The Michigan State Spartans kicked off the afternoon with a huge road game at Indiana. Following a back-and-forth struggle, the Hoosiers eventually pulled away late to beat the Spartans 82-69. Meanwhile, Michigan outlasted the Minnesota Golden Gophers 60-56 at Chrysler Arena in Ann Arbor. Both teams are in action this week, with Michigan State facing Iowa and Purdue. Meanwhile, Michigan faces Purdue and Penn State.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com.